questions this evening. First off, we'll go to Jed May with the Macon Telegraph.
The mute button got me too. I want to ask you, Jake, about the place kickers. Kind of, first of all, what have you seen from all those guys so far? And you know, when it's an open competition for the position like this, how do you and maybe the coaches try to keep those guys from putting so much pressure on, you know, every kick when you're trying to win a job?
All right, so you know, I guess I would just say, you know, I'd say everybody's looking pretty good. You know, everybody's competing out here, kicking the ball well. Georgia's going to be in good hands field goal wise. I'm not worried about that at all. I'd say, I mean, pressure-wise, you know, I think, you know, there's always going to be a little bit of pressure out there, but, you know, I think we're all, you know, everybody out there that's working, you know, I'd say it's all about the same for everybody. Nobody's putting too much pressure on each other because, you know, everybody wants to compete, everybody wants a job, but, you know, at the end of the day, let's say, like, somebody doesn't get the job, you know, that next guy, we want that next guy to, you know, do well for the team. So there's pressure out there, but at the same time, you know, everybody's competing and we're all working hard together.
Thank you.
Next question will go to Anthony Dasher.
All right, Jay. Hey, good to see you, man. Are you working at all the place kicking? I know back in the Sugar Bowl you kind of thought you might. Have you done any of that so far?
Yes, sir. I've been working a little bit on place kicking, kick a few field goals every now and then here and there, you know, and I guess I could say I'm out there competing with the other guys. So, yes, sir.
I know you've done that, you know, pretty much all your life. But how difficult is that to juggle the two?
You know, I wouldn't say it's extremely difficult. You know, given I did it in high school, it was never something I really had an issue with, had a problem with. So I guess I would say, you know, it's not anything too crazy juggling the two. So it's almost kind of like being back in high school.
Next question will go to Jake Rowe.
Jake, from what you've seen thus far, and you were talking about it a minute ago about kind of wanting you guys are kind of rooting for each other while competing for each other. What have you seen from Jared Zirkle? How do you feel like he's handled the adjustment to college thus far?
Yeah, Zirk. I think he's handled it really well. Zirk's a great guy. He came in and, you know, he's done a good job. I think he's handling the move to college very well. So I think he's in good hands there. I think he's doing well there.
Next, we'll go to Mike Griffith.
Yeah, Jake, I know that, gosh, I hate to be the millionth person to ask a Scott Cochran question, but he is the special teams coach. So does he get in the punter's ear too? I mean, have you gotten a dose of this guy? Do you know what he's made of yet?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm with Coach Cochran every single day. So, yeah, I mean, I'd say he gets in. He works with all of us, but, you know, I think Coach Cochran he's just a really good dude, and I think that he's out there really rooting for us and wanting the absolute best for us. So whether he's getting on us or whether he's, you know, picking us up, you know, he's always on our side. He's always rooting for us to get better. So it's been good.
Did you do any research on him? See any of those videos from Alabama, him grabbing the cell phone or getting crazy on the sideline before he came?
So I kind of knew who Coach Cochran was. Actually, my dad had told me who he was when I was in high school sometime. And I had been to, you know, Alabama's camp when I was younger. And so I knew who Coach Cochran was. So I kind of knew, I guess I knew the same things that I guess everybody else knew, where I guess they see the crazy side of Coach Cochran. But, you know, again, Coach Cochran's a really good guy. And I think the outside world sees the crazy part of him, but I think us being in here see another side of him at the same time, because, you know, he's a good dude and he's rooting for us.
Next question, evidently we need to go to Seth Emerson since he's already on the screen. Seth, fire away.
Jake, do you feel like you're like competing to actually be the place kicker, or that you're going to be the punter again? You're just kind of getting reps in case you're needed as a place kicker?
I think, that's a good question. I think I'm competing, I guess you could say, like, for the job to be the guy. But, at the end of the day, I'm going to do whatever, Coach Smart wants me to do, whatever Coach Smart thinks is best for the team. He's got the end-all, be-all say, and I think that whatever he decides to go with is what's best for the team.
We'll next let Dean Legge fire away with a question.
Jake, what do you think your turnaround, why do you think things got better for you last season moving forward? It seemed like it was maybe a little bit jumpy at the start, but as the season went on, you were steadier. What was the reason?
Yeah, funny you say that. Yeah. I think a lot of people view the start of the season a lot different than I guess I view the start of the season. I came out, personally, I think I kind of came out firing in the beginning. I think the first couple games I thought I actually hit the ball quite well. I hit a little bit of a stump, I guess you could say, like a stump in the road for a couple games. And, didn't have my best games there, didn't have my best balls there. But, I kind of just thought back to how I had started off at the very beginning. And I was like, I may have these 2 games where I'm not performing how I hold myself to, or at the standard I hold myself to and other people hold me to. But I'm not going to let those games, kind of like define who I am. I know that I'm better than that. I'm not going to let those games get me down. So I guess I could say for the second half of the season, that was kind of my mindset going in.
Next question will go to Mark Weiser.
Hey, Jake, 2-part question. One,
Right.
do you want the kicking job, or would it be easier for you if Jared or someone else, could handle that and you could focus on punting? And second, is there a story behind? I don't remember if you had a mustache last season.
Oh, okay. I'm actually glad you said that second question. We're gonna get to that. So first part of the question, do I want the job? And the question also with that was, or would I rather kind of have like Zirkle do it or someone else do it?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess the short answer is yes. I think all the guys out there, anybody that's going to go out and compete for something is going to compete for something to, be the guy. So I guess the short answer to that would be yes. I would like to be the field goal guy. I'm competing to be the field goal guy. But also at the end of the day, if the coaches think it's a better idea for someone else, or I think it's smarter or this or that, that's all right. That's going to be best for the team. So I'm with that too. Second part about the mustache. So yeah, I kind of do this thing like every single year. Only a few people notice it, like I guess in my family, because they get mad at me for it. But I like to do something a little crazy. So like my freshman year, I had 2 lines in my head, like 2 stripes. And then last year, I kind of did like a mohawk mullet kind of thing, kind of just rolling. It kind of just grew throughout the year. And this year, I was kind of like, what am I going to do? I've done the mohawk mullet. I did the stripes. And I was like, in high school, I had done some other things. And I was like, what am I going to do? So I was, trying to figure it out. And, sadly, I don't grow facial hair like super, super quick, and it doesn't just grow in full. But that I'd try out a little, like maybe a little mustache, maybe a little goatee, kind of see what we can form together with that. So it's starting small. We're gonna see where we can take it to, hopefully.
Thanks. Next question will go to Mr. Chip Towers.
Yeah, Jacob, somewhat of a serious question here, but, obviously coronavirus and COVID is a huge part of college football this year. I'm just wondering, now the students are back, now you guys are taking classes. I understand everybody who can is trying to do that digitally and everything, but how difficult is the part of like basically they're telling you to stay in a bubble, to not get out there and be a college student? And what is is that as difficult as it sounds for maybe some of us who went to school a long time ago?
Yeah. So when it comes to that, and and the virus and like the bubble and kind of staying away and stuff, I mean, I wouldn't say that it's super difficult. I kind of I'm not just speaking for me, I'm speaking for probably a lot of guys on this team. We look at this season as big opportunities, and that's an opportunity that we don't want to take any risks on the outside world for. So I think that a lot of people are trying to, in a sense, keep their circle small a little bit, just so you're not running into so many people. So I wouldn't say it's that difficult, because when everybody wants like the same goal, everybody kind of works together, and we all come to the same understanding that this virus is serious. And even though there's a lot of people out there, we can control only what we can control, which would be wearing your mask everywhere, just being smart about who you're around and making sure you're not going to the most super populated places all the time. So I guess that's kind of what I would have to say about that. Just it's I'm sure on the outside it looks super difficult. I'm sure people are like, man, they can't do anything that we could do back in the day right now. Like, gosh, I don't know how that is. But for us, I wouldn't say that it's that hard, because we're all working towards the same goal. And if we have to sacrifice a little something for that, that's okay. I mean, we'll live without it.
And we have time for one last question from the Red and Black, either Griffin or William.
Hey Jake, with Rodrigo being gone, what's it been like for the special teams crew, this summer and heading into the fall? So like, what have you missed from him? And then his replacement this year. Do you think there's the added pressure of not only being a solid kicker, but bringing his energy and just kind of what he meant to the fans?
Okay. It's definitely been different without Rod. Rod's a guy that, he just brought something different every single day, I guess you could say. He was always so focused on his craft, and he was very, I guess, particular about a lot of the things that he did, and that's what made him so good. And so we're definitely missing that part of him. And he was a great dude, a great guy to have on the team. He was great around all of us. We're all really good friends with him. So we definitely missed that part of having him, and he was just a good example for all of us too. As far as, filling his shoes and, kind of like how much he meant to the fans and all that kind of stuff, I guess I would have to say, is there a pressure there? I'm sure maybe a little bit, but, at the end of the day, we're all just really competing for that spot. And I don't think anybody's really saying like necessarily like we're competing and we want to just, in his shadow, I guess you can say, I mean, I hate to say this, and I'm trying to say this in the best way possible, we're not necessarily focused on what he accomplished. We're kind of focused on what we can accomplish moving forward, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And, with him being gone and him having such a great career here, we see that and we want to do the best we can and hopefully even further be better than him, I guess you could say. But again, Rod had a great career here, and, we're all just trying to further and become the best we possibly can for this football team.
If you get the job, you think your mustache can kind of be your gimmick, like Rodriguez's glasses?
That's a good question. I really don't know, but I can tell you this: it will probably change next year. So,
Thanks, Jake. Appreciate your time, buddy.